Judy Garland was the face of Hollywood's magic. A little girl with a golden voice that could silence the world. But behind the glamour was a tragedy quietly unfolding, a slow destruction hidden beneath the sparkle. This is not a story about fame. This is a story about how a ruthless industry drained a child until there was nothing left. This is the lonely end of a star that burned too brightly to survive. Frances Ethel Gum was born in 1922. From the very beginning, her life was anything but ordinary. Her parents pushed her onto the stage before she could form complete sentences. It wasn't passion, it was survival. They needed her to perform. By the time she was 10, Judy wasn't playing with toys. She was performing in front of strangers. Her childhood vanished behind curtains and applause. The stage became her home and her prison. At just 16, Judy became a global icon through The Wizard of Oz. Her performance as Dorothy cemented her place in history. But behind the scenes, her experience was a controlled nightmare. The studio said she wasn't thin enough. They placed her on strict diets, gave her pills to suppress her appetite, stimulants to keep her awake, sedatives to force her to sleep. She was no longer a person. She was a product. Judy didn't grow up. She was shaped, molded, managed, and sold to the public. As a young woman, Judy searched for love again and again. 5 marriages, 5 collapses. She chased protection and found instability. She had children, she had fame, but never balance. The same studio that once controlled her image turned away when she became unreliable. Her value dropped. And so did their support. She was left behind by the very machine that built her. Judy fought to reclaim her place. On stage, on television, in concert halls. Her voice still moved crowds. Her presence still captivated. But her body and mind were exhausted. Prescription drugs blurred her thoughts. Financial troubles followed her like shadows. She performed to pay debts, not to share art. She smiled under the spotlight, but the cracks were growing deeper. Some nights she shone. Some nights she fell apart. The public applauded her comeback and ridiculed her collapse. Sympathy was fleeting. Expectations weren't. In June 1969, Judy was found dead in her London apartment. Just 47 years old. Too young to die. Too tired to live. The cause? An overdose of barbiturates. The world was stunned. But no one should have been. The signs were all there. But as always, tragedy made headlines. Not change. Her funeral was filled with fans. But there was no red carpet. No flashing lights. Just silence. Judy Garland left behind one of the most enduring legacies in entertainment history. But she also left a bitter truth. Fame does not protect. It consumes. Her name lives on through songs, films, and memories. But her story is a warning. Behind every spotlight is a shadow. And not every star survives its own brilliance. Stars like Judy Garland don't fade because they lose their light. They fade because they're burned too intensely by an industry that never knows when to stop. And when that star falls, the world just watches, then moves on.